What if the reason you can't stop replaying that conversation isn't a flaw in your thinking, but a feature of how you know the feeling? It's late, the room is dark, and your body is tired, genuinely tired. But your mind has other plans. It pulls up the conversation like a file it refuses to close. The tone of their voice, the exact moment things shifted, that one sentence you said. Meanwhile, the other person has probably forgotten it completely. They've moved on. They're not lying awake, they're not reconstructing, they might not even remember what they said. And somehow, that makes it worse. So why can't your brain let it go? Why does it keep returning to the same moment, the same exchange? Here's what most people believe when they can't stop replaying a conversation. They think something is wrong with them. They think normal people don't do this. They think if they were just more confident, more secure, more emotionally together, the loop would stop. But that belief is wrong. And understanding why it's wrong starts with understanding something your brain does automatically, without your permission, every single moment of every single day. Your brain is a completion machine. It is wired, deeply, structurally wired to finish things. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect, named after a researcher who noticed something. That's reason one. Your brain is not broken. It's doing exactly what brains do with unresolved emotional experiences. It's searching for closure that the moment itself couldn't provide. But this still doesn't explain the biggest question. Why does this happen so much more intensely to some people than others? Here's what people usually assume. They assume the people who replay conversations the most are the most anxious, the most insecure, the ones who care too much about what other people think. And that assumption misses something important. The people who experience this most intensely are often the people with the highest levels of what psychologists call neural sensitivity. Their brains process. But the final reason, this is the one almost nobody talks about. And once you understand it, you may never look at your own thoughts the same way again. Here's what nobody tells you about the replay loop. Everyone talks about how to stop it, how to interrupt it, how to distract yourself out of it, breathing techniques, journaling prompts, cognitive reframes. And some of those things help, but they all start from the. What if the replay is your brain trying to teach you something? Psychologists who study rumination, the technical term for this kind of repetitive thought, have found something that gets quietly buried in most conversations about mental health. Rumination, when it moves from passive looping to active reflection, think about that for a moment. Your mind keeps returning to that exchange, not to punish you, but because somewhere inside it there is a lesson it is trying to extract, a truth it is trying to surface, an understanding it genuinely believes will make you wiser, safer, more yourself, if you can only find it. The question your brain keeps asking isn't, "What should I have said?" The real question is, "What does this moment have to teach me?"